Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Linus. How are you? Hello, Linus. Linus,
Hello, sir.
are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you clearly.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Are people ready?
No, sir. Only brother Simon is on.
Okay. Yeah, let us wait for about 10 minutes or 15.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, when you are ready, then you tell me.
Okay, sir.
All right. Hello, Linas. Hello, Linas.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Okay, Linas,
Yes, sir.
can you tell one of you to pray and then we begin?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Also, I can see Simon. I can see Teneng. I can
Yes.
see Yari. So choose one of them to pray, and then we can.
Okay, Pastor Tenem, please pray for us.
Let's pray.
Okay.
Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for thus far you have brought us in this course. We thank you for our lecturer for having given him strength and the ability and the wisdom to carry us in this course. And Lord, we thank you because we are about to round up the teaching part of the course today. And we know it will be a starting point for you to give us an energy, an inner energy to work and perfect our skill on this Greek course. Lord, we thank you for the deliberation we are going to have today. Lord, let it open our eyes to be effective in what we are to do in this course. Let it bring us to that point where we'll be united with the cause. Lord, we thank you for our lecturer. Give him utterance. And to those of us who are still to join, Lord, bring them by your spirit. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
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 Thank you.
Amen.
All right. Now, I want us to begin, and I trust that you have your textbooks, because I want us to do a very brief review on what we have covered and what you may expect in the exam. Now, if you have your textbooks, let us turn to lesson 1. Let us turn to lesson 1. Okay. In lesson 1, I need you to know about the Greek alphabets. The Greek alphabets, and particularly the small letters and names in English of small letters, and also their transliteration. And you can find that in the column given on, I don't know, in your books, the column given in Greek alphabets below your notes. So small letters, and then names in English, and then transliteration. I hope you understand what I mean by transliteration. Transliteration is the English equivalent letters to Greek alphabet. That is what transliteration here refers to. English equivalent letters to Greek alphabets. Okay, there is a table, the column in the table, which is below. I think that will help you to master, especially the 3 areas I have mentioned. I have particularly chosen those 3 areas because capital letters are rarely used in Greek. They are rarely used in Greek. And I have shown you where the capital letters are mostly used in Greek. If you read your notes, you have that part. And then turn to subtopic 1.5.2. And the title of that subtopic is Remarks on Pronunciation. Remarks on pronunciation. Remarks on pronunciation. Okay, that is the other area you need to note. And likely also a question might come from there in your exam. Remarks on pronunciation, and then subtopic number two, in your text. I'm not going by pages because the text I have is the one I printed from the means website. And the one I sent you, if you try to compare, pages are different. And that's why I'm going by subtopics. So subtopic number 2, it refers to vowels. You need to know the Greek vowels and the English vowels. And then the other thing I need you to note is the diphthongs. The diphthongs. All that we have covered. And then also note the breathing marks. Breathing marks. Okay. Vowels, very briefly, we saw that English has 5 vowels, but Greek has 7 vowels. And if you read your notes, they clarify to you why the Greek has 7 and why the English has 5. Okay. The diphthong, you need to know actually the meaning of the diphthong. And you need also to know more about the breathing marks. Breathing marks, we have 2 breathing marks. Generally, 2 breathing marks. And those are rough breathing mark and smooth breathing marks. And I did tell you where the breathings are placed in a word and what kind of word that has breathings. These are words that begin with vowels or diphthongs. And on the diphthong, I told you that if you want to place a breathing on the diphthong, you have to place it on the second letter of the diphthong. And always diphthongs are vowels. And then any other word beginning with a vowel, you have also to place either the smooth breathing marks or the rough breathing marks, depending on what you have learned. Depending on what you have learned in your vocabularies. Okay, so those are the areas where you need to expect some questions coming. And then after that subtopic, we have subtopic 3, which refers to syllables. Subtopic 3, lesson 1, refers to syllabus. Lesson 1, subtopic 3, syllabus. You need to know what syllables are and how, and their function in the world. And you must know how these syllables are divided into in a Greek word. That's all about the syllabus. And then subtopic 4, accent. Accent. I remember I gave the definition of accent, and also you need to remember how many accents do we have. And very briefly, I told you that we have 3 accents. We have 3 accents. And the first one is acute accent. The second one is grave accent. And the third one is circumflex. Let me go on the board. Maybe some of you might have forgotten. But this is just a reminder. It's just a reminder. We have acute, which is written like that. I believe you are seeing the board clearly. I believe you are seeing the board clearly. This is acute accent. Actually, you begin drawing it slanting. Slanting on the left. From top slanting on the left. This is referred to as acute accent. And then we have the grave accent. The grave accent is drawn slanting on the right hand, this. And then we have the circumflex. Circumflex. The circumflex.
You cannot.
Yes, you cannot see. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Wishing you could write a little bigger, sir.
Okay. The acute accent is this. Can you see that one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You write it slanting on the left. And then the grave accent, you write it slanting on the right hand. And then the circumflex is actually something that okay, can you see the circumflex? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is
Yes, sir.
acute.
I can see it, sir. Yes.
Yeah, okay. This acute, this is grave, and this is circumflex. Those are the 3 accents that we have in Greek. Okay. Now, you need to know them. Also, subtopic 5. Subtopic 5 is about Greek punctuation marks. Greek punctuation marks. Greek punctuation marks. Okay. And we have how many punctuation marks? We have 4 of them.
Sister Estella, please mute your mic.
Yes, please. Thank you. Now we have.
I am muted, please. I am muted.
Hello. Okay, we have 4 punctuation marks, which I have indicated under the Greek punctuation marks. And the first one is a minor pause. Minor pause. And it is indicated by a comma. A minor pause is indicated by a comma. You know what a comma is? Okay. And then we have number 2, a full stop. We have number 2, a full stop. A full stop is indicated by a period. You know what a full stop is or what a period is. Now, the third one is a major pause. A major pause. And is equivalent to our colon or semicolon.
Major
Colon.
pause.
Okay, let me show you. A colon is,
Make your mic.
this is a colon, and a semicolon is, it may be like this with dash. This is a colon, and this is a semicolon. Okay, colon and semicolon. Okay. These are what we refer to as major pause. Major pause. Major pause. And then number 4, we have the Greek question mark. The Greek question mark. And is identical in form to the semicolon. The Greek question mark is identical to the semicolon. We call this semicolon, and this is a colon. So the Greek question mark is like this. Okay, this one here.
Please, your mic is not
When you
muted.
are reading,
Hey, where am I supposed to mute today?
sorry. Hello. Okay. A Greek question mark is indicated by a semicolon. This one, which is equivalent to this. So when you are reading a Greek sentence and it ends with this semicolon, please know that that sentence is a question. That sentence is a question. And therefore, you need to frame. You write the sentence and then you frame a question from that sentence. So always be marking Greek sentences ending with a semicolon. You need to remember that is the question is equivalent to the English question. So when you are translating, remember to put on the English sentence, you'll have to write this. The question mark. Question mark. This is English question mark. This is Greek question mark. English question mark, Greek question mark. So please note that. Greek question mark is a semicolon, and then the English question mark, which is very common to you. Okay, that is what you need to know. And then we would have done with the first lesson. We would have done with the first lesson. And I told you the review exercises can give you a good practice to what we have gone through. To what we have gone through. Though it may not cover the whole that I have stated, but the questions here can help you most. Okay? And then lesson 2. Lesson 2. You know, we were supposed to do a quiz at every beginning of a lesson. We were supposed to do a quiz in vocabulary at every beginning of a lesson. Okay? And because you are far, I preferred that I'll have to include vocabularies from every lesson. Vocabulary, 2 vocabularies from every lesson. And that will indicate to me whether you are doing the revision of your vocabulary regularly. So in lesson 2, I'll choose 2 vocabularies. I can't tell you which are they, but you need to master your lesson 2 vocabularies. Lesson 1 has got no vocabularies. Lesson 2 has vocabularies. And therefore, please master them. And in lesson 2, most of the vocabularies are verbs. They are verbs. And their meanings are given in the first person singular of that verb. You know what I mean? A verb has numbers, and then it has persons. What do I mean by person? When you are doing the conjugation of a verb, remember we have 2 divisions. We have 2 divisions that we need to master. And that is, for example, the word given to us as Luo. Luo. Okay? Luo means I loosen. Loosen. I loosen. That is the meaning, Luo. Now, when you are doing the conjugation of the word Luo, which is this, then you need to do what? You need to have on your left side, we have first, second, and the third person. This is singular. 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 And then plural. So these 2, we refer to them as numbers. We have singular and we have plural. Now, the first person, Luo. Luo. That is when you want to do the conjugation of this. you write here. Remember, this last omega indicates to you first person singular as I, which is this. And then this, we refer to this as the ending of the verb. And this one is the stem of the verb. The stem of the verb, the ending of the verb. So the ending of the verb indicates to you whether the verb is singular or whether the verb is plural. So like this one, this is singular. And I write, I loosen. Loosen. I loosen. Now, second person, singular, is Lu Ace. Lu Ace. Lu Ace. So remember, this is the stem, and this is the ending, stem and ending. Let me use a different color here. This in green is the ending of the verb. Lu is the stem, omega is the ending. Now here, in the second person, we have Lu as the stem and Ace as the ending of second person singular. So how do I translate this? Lu Ace. I have to translate it as you, singular. You. Singular. You loosen. You loosen. You loosen. And if it is a present continuous, I'll have to write here, I am loosening. Let me write bigger, because this is 2. You is I am. Now, second person, this is the stem, and this is the ending. And its English translation is you singular are loosening. Loosening. This is in a continuous tense. It's in a continuous tense. You are loosened. You are loosened. And then in the continuous tense is you, singular, are loosening. Loosening. So it has two translations. Okay. You are loosening. You are loosening. This is a continuous state. And then third person. You a. You a. You a. You a here. We have the stem. Lu is the stem. And a is the ending. And we translate it this way. He, she, or it loosen. Loosen. Or if it is a continuous tense, we write he, she, it is. It is loosening. 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 So, in the singular part, this is the stem, this is the end. In the first person, lu is the stem, omega is the ending. In the second person, singular, lu is the stem, ace or epsilon iota sigma is the ending. In the singular third person, lu is the stem, a is the ending. And always you can see they are changing and giving us what actually this Greek ending mean and what the stem remain to mean. So this ending, you can use them on any other verb. Any other verb. You can, as long as you have found the stem of any other verb, and then you can add on omega, ace, or a. That is epsilon iota sigma or epsilon iota. So these are the endings which will appear at the end of every present tense verb. Present tense verb. These are the endings that will appear on every present tense verb. What do I mean by every present tense verb? Any verb. The meaning may be different, but the endings remain. And you'll find that the endings are uniform and the stem of other verbs also remains uniform. You can see they appear, they don't change, they remain intact. So in plural number, plural. Plural. Now, first person here is in Greek, Luo men. Luo men. Luo men. And then meaning we are loosened. We are loosened. Or if it is a continuous, we say we are loosening. We are loosening. And then number two. Number two, how do I get the stem of this? The stem remains blue. And what is added here becomes to be the ending. Luo men. Luo men. And then second person plural. Lu ete. Lu ete. Lu ete. This means you, plural, are loosened, or if it is a present continuous tense, is you are, you plural, are loosening. Loosening. Now, the stem is lu. Stem remains lu. And the ending becomes eta. Ete. Ete. That is the ending. Ete is epsilon, tau, and epsilon. Ete. And then third person plural. We have lue, lu, o, u, sin. Lu, o, u, sin. And this nu is in the bracket. And we refer to that nu as a movable nu. Why do we call it movable nu? Because it can either be there or not. It can either be there or not. That's why it is placed in the bracket. Now, the stem remains lu, and the ending become OC. OC becomes the ending. And this ending will appear in any other verb given to you. Only what you need to note is to note the stem of the verb given to you, and then you add on this. Omen ete osin. Omen ete osin. And the stem of the verb given to you will continuously appear in every person. Will appear in every person. In the first person, second person, third person. It remains blue, 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 and then you add on what? The ending of the present active indicative.
Question.
Yes,
Question, sir.
yes, yes.
Please, sir, that movement no like that. What's
Huh?
the condition for it? I'm asking
What?
that what's the condition for the
No.
hello?
What is the condition for the no? Hello?
For the no to be there and the conditions for it not to be there. Oh, hello?
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello?
I'm getting you.
I'm asking that, yes, concerning
Yes.
the movable no.
Yeah.
What are the conditions for it to be there and the conditions for it not to be there? Or you just decide whether to put it or not?
We decide to put no if the following word, after this, the following word begins with a vowel. I
Okay.
think I've stated to you that, okay? If the next word begins with a vowel, okay? Either a
Okay.
vowel or it begins with a diphthong. You get it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If the next word that follows the sin begins with a vowel or a diphthong, then you are supposed to place a no here to avoid what we referred to as hiatus. We learned about hiatus, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah. Oh, you got it now, eh?
Yes, sir. We are revising now.
Yeah, that's why I find it very important. Now, so that's why the no is to be there. The no has to be there. Now, how do we translate this? This one is translated they. They loosen. They loosen or they are they are loosened or they are loosening if it is a present continuous tense. Loosening. Okay. Now, every present tense verb, if you want to make the conjugation of every present tense verb, please mark the stem of the verb given to you, and then after you have marked the stem, and then what follows is the ending. What follows is the ending. And therefore, these endings will appear in the first person with omega. In the second person, the stem will be followed by a's or epsilon iota sigma. In the third person, the stem of that verb will be followed with the epsilon iota or a. Now, in the plural part, person, the first person, the stem of the verb will be followed by omen. And in the second person, it will be followed by a te, that is epsilon tau, epsilon, epsilon. And then in the third person, the stem of that verb will be followed by OC, OC, that is omicron, upsilon, sigma, iota, nu. Okay, so any other present active indicative verb always add on the stem of that verb this, and you'll never make any mistake. You'll always get whatever you have done right. Now, the other thing I need to tell you, this vowels in first person plural, and this vowel in second person plural, and this vowel in third person plural. They are referred to as joining vowel. The vowels that joins the stem and the ending. To do what? To smoothen the flow of the reading of that word. Luo, men. Lue, te. Luo, u, sin. Luo, u, sin. That is how I like pronouncing, because I articulate every letter as itself. Here I normally pronounce luo, luo, men, lue, te, luo, usin, luo, usin. Just to make you remember and know the proper spelling of the Greek word. Okay, so these are referred to as the joining vowels. And I think we have learned something about that, if I'm not wrong. Now, I have done this. I know it is coming later, but I'm not going to repeat it because we have done this one here. And this is referred to as the conjugation of the Greek word luo, I loosen. You conjugate it by first knowing the numbers. We have the singular numbers 1, 2, 3 persons. Plural numbers 1, 2, 3. That is first person, second person, third person. First person, second person, third person, singular. First person, second person, third person, plural. Okay? And then now you can translate. And that's why the vocabularies given are very important. Always in the vocabulary, you will get this one. If you are told to conjugate, you will be given this one. Okay? Remember, always you will not be given the meaning. I mean, just write conjugate the Greek word luo. Okay, so what are you to remember? You are on your left, we have singular, first, second, and the third person. On your right, we have plural, first, second, and the third person, plural. Okay, and then there are translation, literal translation. Okay, I think I have taken some time there, but I needed you to understand that. Now, so in this vocabulary, you can see most of them are verbs. The vocabulary that I can see there, which is different, is kai. Kai, which means and then the other one is haughty. That word is haughty. Don't pronounce it as haughty. 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 And haughty means what? That. Or it means because. That or because. So this will depend with the context of the text given to you, whether to use that or when to use because. Now, the other vocabulary there is, which is different, is o, oak, and then ox. O, oak, and then ox. All of them have the same meaning. They refer to the translation, literal translation, not. And we have the oak, the first oak simply means not. The second oak, it means not. But why is kappa added there? Kappa is added there when the following word to this word, the following word that follows it begins with a vowel having a smooth breathing. Having a smooth breathing. Let me write them on the board. I hope you will excuse me to have this. So we have O, remember this is a diphthong, and this diphthong mean not. Okay, this is used whenever the following word begins with any other alphabet apart from the vowel. Apart from the vowels, any other alphabet apart from the vowels. This is what is used. O. And then, if the word that follows this begin with a vowel and that vowel has a smooth breathing, then you use this. Hook. Hook. When the following word is a vowel with a smooth breathing. For example, if the following word begins with alpha and it has a smooth breathing, as you can see, then you use this word. And if the following word is a vowel beginning with a rough breathing. For example, alpha, and then we have this. I don't just say ah, I'll say ha, ha, ha. This is a rough breathing. Ha. Okay. If the following word begin with a rough breathing, or maybe this, or it may be a diphthong. Let me say like this, but it has a rough breathing. This is a diphthong. This a vowel. Okay. If the following word begins with a diphthong, then I have to do what? I have to use this word. Or oats. Okay, I have to use that word. Oats. Let me write it here. Then that. Oats. I'll use this. Okay, I'll use this. I use this if the following word has a rough breathing. It's a vowel with a rough breathing, or a diphthong with a rough breathing. Okay. Now, let us see. And the rest in these vocabularies are verbs. Now, we got subtopic number 8, the characteristics of Greek verbs. Please read and master these characteristics of the Greek verb. Okay. And then because in 8.1, we are told that therefore it is necessary for these terms to be defined briefly to show the what? The characteristics of a Greek verbal system. Okay. Greek verbal system. And its basic grammar in relation to English verbs as follows. So we have to know this verb. What is a verb? What is a tense? What is a voice? What is a mood? What is number, subject, and etc. Okay. So I have given you the meaning of a verb in subtopic 8.2. And then the following others follow. And then I have given you the meaning also of a verb tense, in subtopic 8.3, subtopic 8.3. And then please, you need to roughly read it through. And then I have also given you the meaning of the voice in subtopic 8.3.5. 8.3.5. And I've stated the voice of a verb actually refers to the relationship between the subject and the verb. So you can read more down. And then we have subtopic 8.3.7, person, okay? And I stated that person provides information concerning who or what the sentence refers to. Hmm? What the sentence refers to. It is referring to who? Hmm? Or it is referring to what? Okay. And then in subtopic 8.3.8, numbers. Okay. As with the nouns, the verbs will indicate the numbers. Okay. Nouns have numbers. And remember, nouns are declined, but verbs are conjugated. Nouns are declined. You may be told, write the declension of this noun. Write the declension of this noun, Greek noun. Okay. So you have to note that. And then I've also referred to numbers. Yeah, like in nouns, verb also have numbers. And these are the numbers which I showed you, singular and plural. The same thing is applicable to nouns. We have in their declension, we have first person, singular and plural nouns, singular and plural nouns. And remember, they have endings. Also, you need to master the what? You need to master the stem of the nouns and their ending. So their ending will remain as indicated in the singular, and also they'll remain as indicated in the plural. That is, you can transfer this ending to another noun, the endings of another noun. So please note that. Greek is not hard. Don't look at Greek as something hard. Once you discover what I'm directing you to, then you would appreciate that Greek is one of the languages that are so easy to understand. So that is concerning numbers. And then in subtopic 8.39, agreement, we are told that a verb's agreement with its subject in persons and a number means that if a subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject of the verb is singular, the verb must be singular also. So you don't mix up. Now, in subtopic 9, we have already done it, but I thought of a formula. I thought of a formula, how to make this formula to become the present active indicative. So you can see there, the formation of the present active indicative of a Greek verb is given by the formula below. Why do I refer to it as a formula? You can see formula, and then I give the content that are represented there. The first one is the present tense stem. Present tense stem. Remember, we are dealing with the present. Present tense stem, that is, you need to have the present tense stem. That's why I told you, you need to master the stems and the endings of the Greek verbs and also of the Greek nouns. So the present tense and then plus connecting vowel, the one I showed you, in especially in the plural part, connecting vowel, plus primary active personal ending. Primary active personal endings. The ones I was indicating that these are the endings. They are referred to as primary active personal endings. Now, and then after adding the present tense stem plus connecting vowel plus primary active personal endings, and then I placed equals to the present active indicative. That is, it gives you the present active indicative of that verb. Okay, I have given there an example. For example, Lu is the stem. I showed it on the board. Lu is the stem plus plus the connecting vowel, which is Omicron, plus the ending, okay, plus the ending, the primary active ending, man, Lu or man, Lu or man. So Lu plus omega plus men or mu epsilon nu is equals to Lu or man. It gives you the word Lu or man, which means we loosen or we are loosening. And it is first person plural of the Greek verb luo. First person plural of the Greek word luo, which means I loosen or I'm loosening. First person singular. First person singular. Okay, so that one we have dealt with. And you can see now the conjugation of the present active indicative of the Greek verb, luo. And you can use this format on any other present active indicative verb. So you'll find that what changes are the stem of the verb given, but the ending remains the same in every other verb given. The ending remains the same, both in singular and in plural. So please, you can read more there. And then, as you can see, I went through to let you know the present tense stem, what it means. And then I also let you to know the personal ending, and then the primary endings, the ones I was adding. And then later, I made an observation of what is listed. And it is also observed that, okay? So that is what you can do. And then subtopic 10 in this lesson 2, subtopic 10, lesson 2. We have what we refer to as the present active infinitive. Present active infinitive. And I have well explained there their formation, how they are formed. Okay. And then in subtopic 11 is about the accentuation of verbs, accentuation of verbs, how verbs are accented, how they are accented. And I have given you the meaning of accenting. And I have said that is a placing of accents on a Greek verb or on Greek verbs. Okay. Okay. And then that is not a very long lesson. And then I gave the practice and the review exercises, lesson 2. So those ones, you need to do those ones, and then they'll be sent to me for marking. And also I can submit your marks to me for you to earn your credit. Now, any questions so far? If there isn't, I need to begin lesson 3. Any question? Okay. I go ahead. Lesson 3. Lesson 3. We have also in subtopic 13 vocabulary. Subtopic 13 vocabulary. And in this vocabulary, the words that you are going to get, the Greek words that you are going to get here, mostly they are nouns. They are nouns. It doesn't matter which noun or which gender, but they are nouns mostly of feminine gender. And we have also the additional verbs. More verbs are given. More verbs are given. Now, I think we went through with you, and most of them are nouns. And what is not a noun there is the first one is on your right, the first vocabulary, echo, echo. Echo here is a verb. It is a verb. And this verb means I have, I have, I have. Okay. The rest are nouns. And is there another? No, almost it was just that one, that verb that was different there, but others are nouns. And remember, most of the nouns found here are feminine nouns. They are feminine nouns. Why? Because after every noun, you'll see the article, he, he, the article he. And the article he, I think I told you the article he is written like this. He, he. I hope that is seen by all of you. Why do I pronounce he? It's because we have a rough breathing here. This is not a smooth breathing. It is a rough breathing. Okay? It's a rough breathing. Because it coils to the right. Hey, hey, hey. This is eta. That's why I'm pronouncing hey. Hey. Okay. Then, so under it, in subtopic 14, we have the characteristics of Greek nouns. The characteristics of Greek nouns. And I have given almost how many characteristics? I've given 10 of them. 10 of them. And then have also in subtopic 14.1, case. Always nouns have cases. What do I mean by cases? Okay, we have 5 cases in every Greek noun, with the exceptions to those which it has been indicated, we don't have this case. But normally we have 5 cases. The first one is nominative, the second one is genitive, the third one is dative, the fourth one is accusative, the fifth one is vocative. Those are the 5 cases. Okay, they are the 5 cases. And then I have also given you the basic function of the 5 cases. That is, what part do they play in the noun? In that noun. What part do they play in that noun? So you'll find that we have the nominative, I have explained there, the genitive, I have explained, the dative, I have explained, and how they work. And mostly I have given some examples. And then what you need also to mark is subtopic 15, the first declension. The first declension. Okay. I have given you the definition of a declension there. And then in subtopic 16, you will find that the forms of first declension noun, forms of first declension nouns. And we see there are how many forms? We have the pure alpha, we have the pure eta, and we have the mixed. We have the mixed. All right. And there is a word paradigm. Paradigm. And I have told you what a paradigm is. You can see at the footnote. A paradigm is a set of all the different forms of a vowel, of a word of each type, of a noun of each type. A word or a noun of each type. Okay, so I have shown you the pure alpha declension. That is how the pure alpha are declined. And I've also indicated how you can know if a noun is a pure alpha. And also if a noun is a pure eta. And if also the noun is mixed, where does this mixture come? And you find that the mixture comes in the genitive and the dative cases. Particularly in the first, in the singular person, in the singular cases. Now, subtopic 17, the definite article. Definite article. I think I've already introduced you to these articles, and we have only 3 articles. The first one is masculine, ho. The second one is eta, he. The third one is neuter, ho. Ho. Okay. So these are the three articles that we have. These represent masculine, this represent feminine, and this represent neuter nouns. Neuter nouns. So those are the three articles we have in we. And then we have also what we may refer to as indefinite article. Indefinite article is a or an, particularly in English. A or an. Indefinite. These are definite articles. These are indefinite articles. Okay. What is the difference between definite and indefinite article? Okay. A definite article points to what you know and to the person who is listening, what you are saying knows what you know, and the person listening to what you are telling him also knows. Indefinite is when you are talking about something which you have just met, and now you are relating it to someone also who has not. For example, if I say, I met with a man whom I do not know. I met with a man whom I do not know. Okay. Already that implies that that man, I don't know him. Okay. But when I say I met the man I told you about. So this is indicating that what I'm telling my listener knows what I'm talking about. So that is why we are referring to this as definite. When you are using a definite article, you must be sure of what you are telling the person, that he has the knowledge of it. Okay, so okay, and you will see that this definite article appear after every vocabulary of a noun. After every vocabulary of a noun in the vocabulary list. In this text of yours, I have made a vocabulary list, the Greek vocabulary list behind the book. And if you come to the nouns, I have also indicated the relevant articles to the nouns that are mentioned. Okay, so you can read more about the article. And then we have also in subtopic 18 in course 3, accentuation of nouns. Accentuation of nouns. How we accent the nouns. How we accent the nouns. Remember, we accent the nouns on 3 syllables, which we refer to as the last syllable, ultima, the second last syllable, penal, and then the third last syllable, antepenal. Those are the only syllables that we can place the what? The accent on. There are only 3. And then we have rules, how, which accent is placed on this and that, especially on those syllables. The ultima, the penal, and the antepenal. So read more about that under that subtopic. And then we come to the end of lesson 3. And then we have the practice and review exercises. Practice and review exercises. Now, let me finish this lesson 4, and then we can go for a break. Lesson 4, then we can go for a break. It's not long. Now, in lesson 4, you will find that most of the nouns, the noun vocabularies, they are masculine. Most of them are masculine. And they are indicated to you that they are masculine by every vocabulary being followed by the article, definite article, ho, and then the meaning of that noun. Now, the only exceptions vocabulary in lesson 4 is on your left hand. We have Allah, Allah, which means but, not the Allah of the Muslims, but this a different Allah. Who is this Allah? Allah here means but. And then another different vocabulary is a conjunction. Remember, but Allah is a conjunction. We have another conjunction, de. De means but, or please put a comma there. De means but or and. But or and. It may mean but, it may mean and, depending on the context of the text. Now, we come to another word. Remember, we also have the neuter nouns. Neuter nouns like ergon. Ergon is a neuter noun. How do I know that it is a neuter noun? Look at the article in front of it. Remember that article, to, okay, is in front of it. If you see that in front of a noun, so please keep in mind that that is a what? It is a neuter noun. And then yeah, so those are the masculine and neuter nouns are mostly found here. And then you need to know about something about the declension of the first what? The first declension nouns, and then these are the second declension nouns. Know how to decline the first declension nouns and know how to decline the second declension nouns. That is what you are mostly going to read through this lesson 4. And the declension are given there in subtopic 22. The typical second declension forms. Typical second declension forms. And we have the masculine nouns like logos, and then adelphos, number 2. And then also, number 2, we have the neuter nouns. We have ergon, which means work, and then technon, which means child. And that is how they are declined. Remember, they have numbers, begin with the numbers, singular and plural. And then they are followed by their cases: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and a vocative case. Okay, both in singular and plural. Okay. And then after that, we come to subtopic 23. Subtopic 23, the accentuation of second declension noun. Accentuation of second declension noun. How accents are placed on the second declension noun. So there are things you need to remember, and I have listed them there. And under the subtopic 23, the accentuation of second declension noun, please note number 1, what you should remember. There is a correction there I need you to amend, please. It is the accent of the second declension nouns according to the special rule for the accents of nouns is persistent or relentive. Relentive. And then in the bracket, I've said C. Please note, I had indicated C subtopic 17.1, but it is not 17. It is subtopic 18.1. Please correct that. Correct that. And then in number 4, under that, we have the special rule mentioned in connection with the first declension. And then in the bracket, I've written C, subtopic 17.2. Please, it's not 17.2. Correct, and the right is 18.2. 18.2. Please. Yeah, those are the corrections I need you to make. And the accentuation we went through, you can review this. And then we come to end of lesson 4. And then we have the practice and the review exercises. Lesson 4. Please, those are for you. And we can have a break so that when you come back, we still remain with the lesson 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'll go through very quickly, and then we wind up. Anyone having any question, he can ask. So let us have a break of 15 minutes. A break of 15 minutes. By my timing, it is now 9:50, which is to you, we have a difference of 2 hours, isn't it? Yeah, so you can calculate it in your timing. So let us come back here. According to my timing, it will be at 10:05 p.m. And according to you, it may be around 7 what, something like that. So please have a 15 minutes break and let us come back quickly so that we can cover this and then we can break off and talk about the date of exam. I trust Brother Levy told me that he'll be around, and maybe Linus will tell me whether he's around or not. Okay, it's break time, and let us meet after 15 minutes. Linus? 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 Okay, break time.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Linus. Linus?
Hello.
Yeah, we have a break for 15
Yes, sir.
minutes. Let us have a break for 15 minutes and then
Okay,
we
sir.
come back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bush. Dr. Olivier is not there. Yes, Omar, don't close. I'm not closing.
Oh, ai. Chica. Frank Eric Paul. Hello? Hello, Frank. Frank Eric. Yari Picheren. Hello, Yari. Yari Picheren. Hello, Frank Eric. Hello. 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 Linas. Linas. Yari Picharen. Yari Picharen. Linas. Linas. Hello, Linas.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, can we continue?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay. Now, we are on lesson 5. Lesson 5. Lesson 5. Vocabulary. And under this vocabulary is a mixture of nouns and also a few other words. Like on my left hand side, we have the word gar. Gar. Gar means 4. I have skipped agados. I have skipped hagios. I'm on gar. Gar means 4. And the rest of the vocabulary are a mixture of masculine nouns. And then on my right, we have lambano, which is a verb. Lambano, which is a verb. And this verb means I take or I receive. So when you are taking something to someone, we use the word lambano, I take. Or when you are receiving something from someone, also we use the word lambano. The rest, most of them are what we refer to as adjectives. Adjectives. Under subsection 26, we have forms and syntax of the definite article. That is the formation and the arrangement of the definite article. And by this, I mean the declension of the definite article, which is given in three genders. In numbers and three genders. So we first begin with the numbers, which is singular and plural. And then we have the three genders that follow underneath the singular and the plural, which are masculine, feminine, and neuter. Singular and plural. And then what follows are the cases. The cases. We have the nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative cases. And the definite articles given in accordance to the case they apply. They are given in accordance to the case they apply. And we are told that we don't have evocative form in the definite article. We don't have evocative case in the definite article. We have only four cases: nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. Okay. So how do you decline the articles? The table given gives you the declension of the articles in masculine and in their cases, the articles in feminine and in their cases, the articles in neuter and in their cases, singular. Number, singular. And then also in the plural, they are given the articles in the masculine and their cases, and also the articles in feminine and their cases. And then neuter also and their cases. So that is what you need to note most in this lesson. And then we have also the forms of first and second declension adjective in subtopic 27. Subtopic 27. Forms of first and second declension adjectives. And in subtopic 27.1, we have the declension of the adjective agathos. Agathos. And then you'll see agathos, and then comma, dash eta, comma, dash omicron nu. That represents their gender. Agathos, agathe, agathon. Agathos, masculine, agathe, feminine, agathon, that is neuter. So please note that. And no. Remember, when we are talking of the adjectives, remember they correspond to the noun they modify in number and also in case. Number and case and the gender. That is what you need to note there. And then subtopic 28, we have the syntax of adjectives. Syntax of adjectives. Okay, that is how adjectives are arranged. How adjectives are arranged. How are they arranged? In subtopic 28.1, we are told that adjectives, including articles, agree in case, number, and gender. In case, number, and gender. The case is which case is it? And the number, is it singular or plural? And the gender, is it feminine? Is it masculine, feminine, or neuter? Okay. So that is how they are arranged. They are arranged accordingly to their number. They are arranged accordingly to their gender, and they are also arranged accordingly to their cases. The case, nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. So please, under it, read something to do with attribute adjectives and how they are used to identify or describe their nouns. And then also number 2, note the predicate adjectives, how they are also used with the linking verbs. And in number 3, please note the distinction of attributive from predicate constructions. Attributive from predicate constructions. And then what I need you to correct there also is that the under subtopic 28, number 2, we have 1, attributive adjective, 2, predicate adjective, and then we need to have that number 5. Number 5, we have what is referred to as substantive adjectives. Substantive adjectives is where an adjective is given in its gender. In its gender. Okay. If the adjective is in masculine, then it is referring to things that are masculine, particularly on the side of the people. It is referring to males. That is man, boy, old man, young man. All those are referring to masculine. And if it is the only word given, you need to know what it qualifies in gender. If it is gender, then you can complete it by inserting a gender noun, like agathos anthropos. Agathos anthropos. It means a good man. A good man. And if it is agathe, adelphe, agathe adelphe means good woman. A good woman. Now, the other thing I need you to note there is the cases with the special verbs. Cases with the special verbs. I think I went through that very clearly, and I gave examples, and please revise them. And that brings us to the end of lesson 5, and we have the practice and review exercises. Practice and review exercises, which is part of your homework. And there, lesson 5 ends. Now, coming to lesson 6, things I need also you to note is in the vocabulary, we have most. The the prepositions. Prepositions are very much included. And then we have also nouns. We have also nouns, and also we have verbs. We have a few verbs there. And therefore, what I need to introduce you to are these prepositions. Prepositions. On my left, after the first vocabulary, angelos, which means angel, we come to a preposition referred to in Greek as apo. A preposition referred to in Greek as apo. 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 And then you can see it is followed by a bracket, and then in the bracket, what is inserted in is plus genitive, which means if you connect this preposition to a genitive, the preposition is translated as from. From. If you add it to the genitive case, it is translated as from. From. That is the first preposition we get. And remember, prepositions are mostly used with the certain cases. Certain cases. Now, like that one, apo is used with the genitive case to indicate it refers to the English equivalent meaning from. And then we have another preposition after balo. Balo means I throw, and that is a verb Balo is a verb which means I throw or put. I throw or I put or I place. I throw or I put or I place. Now, after it, we have another preposition, which in Greek is referred to as dia. Dia. Dia, when it is used with the genitive case, it means through. When it is used with the genitive case, it means through. And when it is used with accusative case, when it is used with accusative case, it means for the sake of, for the sake of. Dia means for the sake of, with the accusative case. But with the genitive, it means through. So with the accusative, it may mean for the sake of, or it may mean because of. Someone may say, I did this because of you. I did this because of you. And then we go to another preposition, is. 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 Is as a Greek preposition, if used with an accusative case, it means into, or it simply means to. Or it may also mean against. Against, that is to be against something. Or I may say, I'm going to the market. I'm going to the market. Or someone may say, I'm going into my house. I'm going into the house. I'm going into the house. And then another preposition there is ek. Ek. And is also represented with xc. Xc. Ek, xc. Ek, xc. And we are told that when the two are used, they are not actually two. They all mean the same, but when they are used with a genitive case, when they are used with a genitive case, ek means out of. Ek, that is coming out of. Ek, out of. I'm coming out of something. Or it may also mean by. He was walking by my side. He was walking by my side. Okay. Now, why is ek having two Greek words, ek and x? Ek and x. I think this I need to explain it on the board. Ek and x. Ek and x. egg and eggs. Okay. Egg is used when the word that follows it begins with a vowel with a smooth breathing. A vowel with a smooth breathing. Or a diphthong with a smooth breathing. Okay? You use this. Okay. But when it is followed by a word beginning with a vowel with a rough breathing, that is why this is placed there. X, XC, XC. XC is used when the word following it, when the word following coming after it is a vowel or a diphthong that begin a word with a rough breathing. So this is rough breathing. This is smooth breathing. That is a vowel or a diphthong with a smooth breathing. You use egg. The word following, use egg. But if it is a vowel with a or a diphthong with a rough breathing, you use the word X, XC, 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 X, XC. So this is not the difference. Now, we come to another preposition, N. N in the bracket when used, or N plus dative, that is when used with the dative case, it means in. It means in. Okay. And then on my right hand, we have other prepositions. And you'll go way down to the word tempo. Tempo, I send. Under it, tempo is actually a verb, which means I send. And now, after it, we have the preposition, the Greek preposition, peri, peri. Peri is actually used by two cases. Peri. The first case is genitive case. So when it is plus genitive case, it means about. About. I was talking about him or about that person. We use peri plus what? Genitive case. A word that is in genitive case. Or I may say, this matter was concerning so and so. This matter was concerning so and so. Okay. You use the word peri also with the genitive. So when can you know? When you can use about and when you can use concerning. That is determined by the context of the text. Context of the text. And then when it is used with accusative case, it means around. You may be at your home and then someone comes and says, oh, so you are around. You say yes. And then he may ask you, you are still around for how long? So you have to tell him, oh, I'm still around for maybe 2 weeks. So you are using this word, very, around. And then another Greek preposition, pros, it follows, pros plus accusative case. Pros plus accusative case. He only uses one case, accusative case. It has got 3 usages in this accusative case. It may refer to, or toward, or with. Someone may say, I'm going to the market. Or the other one may tell you that I'm going to what? Nakuru town. I'm going to what? Nakuru town. And the other one may say, I am working with so and so. So it's something that is with you. Okay. Yeah, so those are the prepositions you meet there. And then we have feminine nouns of the second declension. What do we mean by that? Second nouns of the second declension. It means we have nouns of second declension that have the endings of the feminine. They have the endings of the feminine. And I think I gave you an example of prophetess. Prophetess. I gave you that example. And I showed you its declension, as we will see it later. So please note, we have the second declension nouns that have got their ending like the feminine nouns. So please, any further clarification, read the textbook. And then we have also masculine nouns of first declension. Masculine nouns of first declension. Okay. What do I mean by saying that? Masculine nouns of first declension. Okay. The first declension nouns are, we saw what the first declension nouns are. And we have these ones, masculine nouns of first declension. Okay, masculine nouns of first declension are masculine nouns that have the first declension endings. And the feminine nouns of the second declension, we have feminine nouns that have the masculine, the masculine endings, or the second declension endings. So that is what you need to know. What are the examples of subtopic 32? We have in number 1, hodos. Hodos, which means the way or road. Hodos. Then we have also eremos. He eremos, That is the desert. The desert. It has the second declension endings, but it is a feminine. Okay. And in 33, it has a masculine ending, but it is a masculine noun. And then in subtopic 34, the syntax, arrangement of prepositions. Please read something concerning that. And we have subsection 35, where we have special constructions with the preposition. Special constructions with the preposition. If you read the notes, you will find out how these come about. And then elision and aspiration. Elision and aspiration. I think I spent most of the time explaining about elision and explaining about aspiration. Please go through the notes and it will be fine with you. And then in subsection 37, neuter plural subjects with singular verbs. Just have an idea of that. Have the idea of that. And then that ends lesson 6. And then we have the practice and the review exercises. Now, let's go very hurriedly through lesson 7. Lesson 7, vocabulary. Lesson 7, vocabulary. This mixture of nouns, and also we have verbs. Mixture of nouns and verbs. And I hope by now, at least you know how to identify verbs and how to identify nouns. You identify nouns by the definite article given after the nouns. And you identify the verbs by the words ending, mostly with omega. And we also have the second person pronoun, su, on the right hand. Su is the third word from the bottom, the third word upward. Su, which means you. It means you. And then all others are nouns and verbs. And then I need you to know something concerning the enclitic. Know what enclitic means, and know also what proclitics means. I took time to explain that. So read that subsection, subtopic 40 concerning enclitics, and you'll be fine. And then under subtopic 41, we have the conjugation of the present indicative of Amy. Amy. Okay. You need to know that conjugation. It can probably appear in your exam. And after that, we come to subtopic 42, the accentuation of esteem, how we accent the word esteem. Esteem is a third person of the word Amy, I am. And esteem will be he, she, it is. I am, he, she, it is, depending whether it is masculine, feminine, or neuter. And then please note the forms of personal pronoun. And we have got 3 forms of personal pronouns. We have the first person pronouns, which you need to know. The second person pronouns, and then the third person pronoun. So please have an idea of their declension. And remember, they also have numbers and the cases. Numbers and the cases. Okay. That is first person pronoun and second person pronoun. But third person pronoun, it has numbers, it has gender, that is masculine, feminine, and neuter. And then later, what follows are the cases. That is the nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative cases. So it's not there under the singular and also under the plural numbers. And then arrangement of personal pronouns, just have an overview of it. And then that ends course number 7. And you have the practice and review exercise, which is part of your assignment. Now we come to lesson 8, which is a concluding lesson under this course 1. We have obviously the vocabularies, and I think most of the things you have gone through. What we have in the vocabularies, we have noun, adjectives, we have also we have verbs, adjective and verbs. And maybe the vocabulary that is new there is on your left hand side. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th vocabulary is un. Un means therefore or consequently. Therefore or consequently. Un. And then we have putos, putos, pute, toto. Hutos, Haute, and Toto. This means this. And Ekeinos, Ekeine, and Ekeino. It means that. Okay, those are demonstrative pronouns. They are referred to as demonstrative pronouns. Hutos and Ekeinos, they are referred to as demonstrative pronouns. So please note. And then under subtopic 47, forms of the demonstratives. Okay, please read. What are demonstrative and their uses? The demonstrative hutos is when you are referring to something near you. This is my book, which means you are within the reach of that book. This is my book. But when I say that is my book, it means that the book is far from you. So you are pointing at it. And then we have the declensions of hutos and the declension of ekeinos. Please take note of that. And what next? Not the special uses of hutos, the special uses of hutos. And that concludes our lesson 8. Then we have practical and review exercises. Okay, now, if you have any question, please, I'm now available to answer your question. Hello, Linus? Hello, Linus.
Hello, sir.
Are you
Hello?
getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
But your voice is very low. I can't hear you properly.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, is Levi around?
Levi?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know, sir. I've not seen him connected.
Yeah, he told me he's around because there are some few things I needed to discuss with him. Okay, now, because I wanted us to set the date for your exam.
Okay, sir.
What duration do you need?
Sir, I think we should talk about the practical review exercises first to answer and submit.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No, so
How,
to me, I think that we should first of all answer and submit. Because in course of answering, we'll be reading too, we'll be doing revision. Then after that now, we can have some short time again to do final revision and come for the exam.
Okay. So how long do you need?
To me, sir.
Yes.
I think we can give 1 or more than 1 week for the exercises.
1 week for the exercises.
Or we can say 1 or 2 weeks for the exercises.
That is 2 weeks. I think 1 week is enough.
Okay, 1 week.
Yeah, and then after you have done that revision, okay, and submitted, what you can do is now we need to set a date that you'll do your exam the following week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say something, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir,
Simon?
please.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that 1 week is too small for me. Yes. I have a lot of difficulties in this course.
Yes.
Because I'm totally a science, have a totally 100% a science background. There are some parts we have been dealing with parts of speeches, and there are some that I've never seen anywhere. It's only saying here because I have not done that in secondary school or even university. I'm seeing them here, which means that I have to go back and read the part of speeches in English, understand them, because here it is application. I have to do the basics. Here it is application. So I need more time. And the second thing is that I am a lecturer in the university, an administrator, a researcher. So I went in for this program with the understanding that we'll be doing it only on weekends. We're having classes only on weekends, which I know that at least I will have to rearrange my time so that weekends I must be in class. So I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth.
Okay. I think what we need to do, I'm going to discuss this matter with your coordinator, Levy.
Okay, sir.
And then he'll have to discuss with you, and then he tells me what is the outcome.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and then we can come to an agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, but the practice and review questions, please try to do them within the 1 week, and then later we can set the date of you doing the exam.
I was pleading for 2 weeks, sir.
Yeah, now discuss that issue with your coordinator.
Okay, sir.
Lady, discuss.
So I had a question in the answering of those review questions, those translations.
Yes.
Are we going? Do we do the literal translation on the question paper, or we do it on a raw paper?
I prefer you doing the literal translation on the same paper. You give your version. You know, you are doing literal translation, so later you can give me your version. That is how your understanding of that the text that or the sentence that you are translating and how you have connected to read the way you want people to understand.
So the ones that we have already translated without putting the literal translation, are we to do it again, or we just skip it?
If what you think the final translation you think to you is the correct version, it's okay. You get me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do it either way. If you want just to give the final translation, you know, the reason why I prefer literal translation, you may translate the words as they are, just to let me know that you understand the words. And now, even though you may make a faulty mistake in your version, at least you'll give, I'll give you some marks there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's this arrangement for exam and your submission of the review questions discussed with Brother Levy. You get me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, discuss with Brother Levy.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You come to an agreement as a class. And
Yes,
then
sir.
you will inform me when you want to do the exam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And when you need to submit in your assignments.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and let me request you, please. Write articulately the letters, because some of you are writing, I cannot read them. So write them very clearly, very properly.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So let me get your final answer from Brother Levy, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, as a class.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe
We are
I'll
very grateful, sir. We thank you so much for your patience.
yeah. I'll talk to Brother
And we
Levy.
thank.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, sir.
The way you have taught the course is encouraging.
Yes.
Pastor Asa, good evening, good night.
Okay, good night.
Okay,
Good
sir.
night.
Please,
We
I
meet
want to
again.
get a comment from our lecturer,
You do
Pastor
your
Asa.
exam.
Please, I want to hear something from Pastor Teneng.
Johnny?
No, I just wanted to appreciate our lecturer for
Yes.
the way she has actually taken time and the concern.
Exactly.
Yeah, to explain this course, because I think this is the best course so far. The teacher has taken time from one lesson to the end, gone back,
Actually.
do revision. So we are very grateful. I think the passion you have expressed in teaching this course will cause some of us to go deep into it. We really
Amen.
want to thank you very much for it. Yeah.
Amen.
And I pray that God will renew every strength and time and everything you took to give us this course.
Amen.
In fact,
So, and the students who have attended the course consecutively to the end, especially Brother Linus and Mr. Simon, I also want to appreciate you, Paul, for that effort. It's a good spirit.
We thank God, man of God.
thank you very much.
There were some days I was afraid that, hey, let it not be that these are network and light issue can cause the lecturer to be in class alone. But I really thank God. Thank you, all of you, for your endeavor.
Some days I come and meet him alone, then Linus will join me or you will join me.
That's it.
It has really been very, in fact, his commitment has encouraged me not to give up.
Honestly.
And his fatherly explanations, at some point he will stop to tell us what the importance of studying the course, which he said something that really touched me, that you don't only rely on what others have done, but you should also be involved in the production, not only be a consumer. That is all about research. Research is going to the original to find out how it is, not going to the market to buy a product that is made by somebody in his own way.
Yeah,
I think that was really academic and it touched me.
And we really bless God that we really thank God that we have been taught. This course has been taught by an author himself.
So what I told him that day is that by God's grace, God will provide us the means to invite him to Cameroon to come and share with us
right.
in Cameroon in the near future. After all,
Yes.
we are a family in the body of Christ.
Amen.
Actually.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Reverend has gone.
Okay, so we can call it the end of the course, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Reverend Jeffrey, thank you very much.
You always comment.
Till I can